Welcome back, disc golf fans, to Back Nine coverage of the first round of the 2024 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Mint Discs. Still out here at the Sprinkle Valley course, brand new in last year. Enjoying getting to watch the ladies play this track. I'm Nathan Queen, again joined by Rebecca Cox.
Hey everyone. Yeah, we're happy to bring you to Sprinkle Valley. It's a beautiful wooded course, watching the FP40 division. So far we have Stephanie Vincent keeping it pretty clean with the even, Jennifer Allen behind by just one stroke, Widboom behind not too far, and Jenny trying to get a comeback on these back nine holes.
Yeah, there you have our leaderboard. Everybody's sticking fairly close together as far as what can happen in these woods here.
Here we have hole 10, 290 feet, par 3, and it's just right there in front of you. It's a little bit downhill, but it's a pretty straight shot, and you're just trying to get your birdie on this back nine.
Yeah, seems like so far what I've seen, lots of discs carrying a bit too far.
Oh.
As Jen gets a great kick there. That one pulled a bit to the right, but she's going to be just outside the bullseye.
Yeah, she left it a little bit right, but the height was good. You just want something that's not too high. That's kind of the mistake that a lot of people can make on this hole is you think you need to keep it high, but in reality, you want to throw down to the basket.
This one also just a bit off to the right. She's going to kick down into the middle.
Widboom with another backhand, also drifting to the right here. Kind of found a little gap there initially, but...
Yeah, able to kick down towards the fairway still. Some pretty good luck so far to start this back nine.
Oh, that's so high.
And this is kind of that higher shot where we were talking about it carrying a lot, but end up catching some branches.
Yeah, she might have a look for a birdie there.
And even from the middle of the fairway, we're seeing a bit of that downhill catch that disc there pretty quickly out of Stephanie's hand.
Ooh. Oh, Widboom. One of those has to catch one of these days.
Man, what a run. She's been close on a few of them.
Jenny looking like she didn't have quite an open putt.
Yeah, I think she was giving that a bit and it caught something along the way.
Stephanie for the long par look here. Committed. Hits the band. She'll have a tap in for bogey here.
As Widboom able to connect.
Dangerous.
Jen with her birdie look here.
Go ahead and count it. She is now back to even on the round after 2 bogeys on 1 and 2. Getting back on track. Gonna see 3 pars and a birdie. 3 pars and a... Well, there was a bogey there.
Yeah.
Got the card playing even on hole 10. Will move us into hole 11, 623-foot par 4. Another dog leg to the right. You really want to get to about this point so you can choose the right side is what you would like to choose to approach this green. You see the OB line out there on the railroad ties. Allows you to throw that hyzer in. There is a gap leading to the basket, but can cause you to kick into the woods left.
Jen doing the high backhand route, but just turns a little bit too much right out of the hand. You kind of want to push something a little straighter than you think right away and just kind of let it drift to the right.
Kind of like that if it had kept drifting to the right. Does get a nice touchdown to not fade off too far into the woods.
Yeah, you would rather be wide.
And We'll see why you would rather be wide once we get to Jenny's shot there. She's a little bit pinched off early.
Yeah, the shape looked good. It just didn't push forward far enough. Stephanie, the great drive.
That is the spot. That's where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Come on. Thank you.
Jen makes it through those trees there. She's going to be looking for another little upshot to get her par from there.
Yeah, Ellen not quite in position to attack, but does get a decent amount of distance on that. Drifted a little bit too far left. We'll see what type of lie she has trying to get up and down for par. As Jenny, well pinched off, tries to go big turnover and doesn't quite get the turn.
Yeah, had a lot of power on that, but couldn't quite get enough of that turn on there. Difficult, though, with the patent pending.
And Stephanie with the perfect tee shot does take that right side. Able to skip in those trees a little bit early, but she is going to have a long birdie look.
Jen with the high hyzer here. You're looking to kind of keep it right over the, towards the OB a little bit more so it can skip into the basket. Jenny tucked away here in the woods. That tree might have been a good tree.
Yeah, so that one also had a lot of speed on it. May have found the OB. Gonna have a straight look now, trying to get up and down.
Keeping it low. She's gonna have a circle one look.
Widboom now. It's still a fairly long shot to approach for the par. Able to get just outside circle one. Gonna have a long look. Jennifer Allen now for another birdie look. Or excuse me, this is for par.
Yeah, she gave it a good bid. She wanted it.
Here's our birdie look.
Yes.
Oh, and you could see a little bit of wind get underneath
yeah,
that.
it looked so good out of her hand and then it just stayed up. Yeah, once you get out into the open here a little bit, that wind starts to come into play a lot more. It's been kind of windy throughout the round, but it doesn't really affect the discs until you get out here.
Yeah, you see all that open space in the background. That's holes 16, 17, and 18.
And those flags are just waving away.
This Jenny's putt looked like it could have stayed in. Ends up falling out the backside, though, and that's the first short, shaky putt we've seen from Ellen.
Yeah, probably trying to keep it down out of the wind after seeing how the wind just catches it.
Oh. Man. I've seen these nubs be pretty rude this week. They're not letting many of those bounce in and over.
Yeah.
This basket's broken. There's a force field.
Yeah, it's these ladies are struggling on this basket, but
And a couple double bogeys here. Jennifer Allen giving back those two birdies. She tracked down on the last few holes. It's 3 doubles and a single here on hole 11, playing pretty tough.
hole 12, par 3, 330 feet. We have a tunnel shot through the woods here, and the basket is out in the open. There is an OB line long in the basket. I'd say probably 360 or so, so kind of hard to throw. It would be long off the tee here. And with that wind, there is a little bit of a draft, probably a drafty headwind, and that was a really rough kick into the woods there.
Yeah, the wind catching that one, moving it just a little bit too right.
Jen looking like she hit the line, but it might have drifted left a little bit.
Yeah, this is another one where I think if you're not feeling comfortable that you're going to 60% of the time get the 2, you really should just try to stay in the middle of the fairway. As the sides are super rough, Ellen able to do that in the middle of the fairway, might be around circle 2.
Yeah, even getting out of the woods there a little bit where Jenny just landed is a great shot. Keeping it low so the wind can't really affect it as much.
Yeah, as you see Stephanie over there off on the right side, even had a bit of a road, looked like a access road, and still not able to attack for the basket. Pitches out. Here's her up and down now for bogey.
Yeah, she'll have a little bit of a tester putt there.
Jen just barely off the fairway, catches a tree, but still
Yeah.
pushes forward.
Gives it enough power that fights through all that.
Jenny playing to the tailwind side of the basket there. I believe she'll have a tailwind for the par.
Widboom has normally been giving these a pretty good bid. Oh, yeah!
Better than a good bid. We've got the double fist pump.
I knew one of those had to catch.
Man, what a birdie there from Ellen Widboom. Let's take a look at that one again.
I mean, statistically, if you're always going for it, one time it has to go in, right?
Yeah, you called it, and that's a good one to go in. That's a good 70-footer there.
Big old smile from Widboom. That's got to feel good. Stephanie with a pretty solid putt for her bogey after taking her medicine earlier.
Well, yeah, you can't get big putted from outside circle 2.
Yeah, right? Just a little bit of wind as you can see that flag behind Jennifer.
And able to connect. I don't know if it's true in FPO, but MPO, there kind of seems to be a thing where if 2 people make a putt, the third person has a hard time. So Jennifer Allen able to
Yeah.
able to not have a hard time with that one.
I mean, as you get closer to the basket, yeah. You're like, well, she just made a circle 2 and she just made a circle's edge. Maybe I should make my 20-footer.
Moving into hole 13, 580-foot par 4. Likely need about 330 feet off of the tee to get to an area where you can hit this gap with either a forehand or a backhand turnover for the right-handed player. Another pretty difficult par 4 in the woods, you know. Have a specific shot to hit off of the tee, and then kind of the opposite shot to hit if you do secure your good tee shot. This is pretty good from Ellen. I think a little short of the real gap.
A little bit short, but I mean, she's up there through the fairway, and that's really the main thing you want to do here. Jennifer, knowing that she has the power, is a little bit left. Starting to hyzer a little early, so she's going to be a bit short.
This one also a little bit early and kicking even earlier.
Yeah, the left side in there is really, really tight.
Stephanie getting a nice stand up on this disc, pushing forward, moving off to the left. I think she's going to be in the best position to attack for birdie.
Yeah, Jenny's looking to kind of get out of these trees here.
There we go. Good tree.
Yeah, looking for more left, but I think that mulch just keeps your disc from doing what it should do with those forehand rollers.
And staying with the aggressive play as we're used to seeing from Jennifer Allen. Tries to go up and over. Does get around the corner. She'll have some type of scramble to get up and down.
Jenny with another patent pending. A lot of power on that. She really gets through there down the fairway. It's a great shot.
As Ellen gonna go low an understable disc, trying to get it to carry down that hill. Does so pretty well. Not looking at too much of a birdie, but we have seen her run those pretty well.
Yeah, Steph with probably the best lie here for attacking the pin. She hits the line pretty well. It just does fade out a little earlier than you would want it to if you were trying to get it into the circle, but she does have a look at the basket for at least an easy par.
Yeah, this one may be a little harder to run, as you do see that OB line creeping over there on the right. Follows all the way around the basket.
Whew.
Didn't kick OB yet.
Jen, of course, with a little bit of pepper on her shot there, does drift a little long, but stays in bounds.
Jenny just hooks that forehand just a little bit.
Yeah, rough lie there. Widboom wanted to give it a little bit there, but airs it out a little left.
Long chance for Stephanie here. Gonna play for the easy par. Not a bad play on this hole. Not likely many birdies in the FP40 field.
Jenny getting blocked by that little log wall there, but connects with a great putt.
Yeah, Smooth had a bit more pace on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Widboom now to connect for the par. You saw that one try to push out to the right side, but way to connect.
Jen with her par look. Great putt.
You think she practiced holding it like that, or is that natural?
I don't know. Hole 14, 280 feet, par 3, uphill. You can see this gap on the right side, and you're really just trying to push something through that right side gap and letting it fade into the basket. Widboom looking a little left if the disc can stay right.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of those little skinny trees on the left side of the fairway there. She'll have a super long look for another birdie bid if she wants to go for it.
And Jennifer Allen able to get that disc to move right, but now not moving left as she overpowers that one just a bit.
Yeah, I wonder if she threw a driver there.
It looked so. It looked like she did.
I don't think she needs a driver on this hole, to be honest. She could definitely afford to disc down.
This looks like a great shot from Stephanie.
Yes. Oh! That's another little basket flash she's had this round.
Yeah, beautiful flex shot, missing that half-dead tree.
Yeah, and with you throwing uphill, it's naturally going to fade more to the left, so it looks like she just really knew her disc well there. Jenny a bit early on the left side as well. Oh, but it looks like she has a gap.
Doesn't quite get the turn to go for the birdie, but she'll have a look at her par. It's Jennifer Allen trying to come back through some branches, able to get up and down. She'll tap in a par. Circle 2 from Widboom.
Come on.
Nice line. You can tell she still kind of had to go around that tree there.
Yeah.
Lots of nose up on that one, just not quite enough float.
Jenny tapping in her par there.
Some par tap-ins, and Stephanie Vincent's koozie tapper gonna get a nice birdie.
Yep, tying it up with Jen.
Moves us into hole 15, 590-foot par 4. Again with some options off of the tee. There's a turnover shot you can go for on the left side to get you big distance and try to attack this pin. If you go for the right side hyzer, you're likely going to land too short to attack and you're going to play for par.
Yeah, although the hyzer is the easier shot to hit off the tee here, if you wanted to be more conservative like Stephanie here, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the par on this hole. But if you're trying to be aggressive, then the left side is where you want to go.
Ellen gets some good stand up on that, and it's going to be a great spot. She'll look to throw a similar shot to that on the second one.
Jen really putting a lot of power on this, but it's just going to skip kind of to the left side of the fairway, not really in a great position to attack the basket.
Yeah, that's good distance to attack, but if she needs to stay on the right side to be able to make this next corner, very sharp dog leg with a low ceiling. And good shot there from Jenny. She's playing off to the right, so she'll be able to have a more open look.
And Widboom in position for the low hyzer here. Hits the gap. Doesn't quite get it, the skip that she probably wanted, but, I mean, it's a great shot.
Yeah, she's in the fairway. Maybe lost 30 feet on the skip. Either way, going to be looking at maybe one of those long bids for birdie or nice little pitch up for par.
Come on, don't be too deep.
Jen looking like she did get pretty far down the fairway, but just kept it a little high on that upshot.
Yeah, that awkward angle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Just a bit too far right. And trying to get that disc to push left. Hits the ground a bit early, skips too high. Stephanie Vincent now going around the corner.
Trying to skip in. Does a great job. She'll have a putt for her par.
Do we have another one here? Nope. Gonna settle for the par there.
Yeah.
Smart choice.
Jen with the long look.
Also gonna take the par. And we didn't mention it back on 13, but Jenny had a little bit of a, there we see it a little bit right there. Her knees bothering her a little bit. Not sure if something happened on one of the tee pads or what. But that could be rough when you're out here on this uneven surface walking around.
Yeah, trying to finish out your round. Tap in pars here.
And we're about to see a little bit different dynamic going into these last three holes.
Yeah, we go from being in the woods to not being so much in the woods anymore.
Yeah, and
Jenny just pushing through.
Hi everyone, I'm Des Redding, Hall of Famer. So excited with my new signature series disc, the GOAT. I use the GOAT for all sorts of shots. The big open field hyzers, with some Annie with that strong flex and reliable fade, or on those windy days when you need that confidence, dead level, it's gonna slay that headwind. The GOAT, get out and throw.
Hole 16, another par 4, 650 feet. You're teeing off from in the woods and you want your drive to land in this fairway. It's completely surrounded by OB and the basket is a little bit elevated here as well. And as you can see, the tee pad's kind of not pointing towards the landing zone, so you're trying to get right as much as possible like Stephanie is here.
Yeah, great drift on that flight. Gonna get some good distance as well. Now has to make a decision whether to take that inside gap, which is a little scarier for the OB, or try to push a hyzer around the outside.
It's way scarier. Widboom throwing the backhand, but drifts left a little too far into the out of bounds. Yeah, you really just want to put something high with a lot of anhyzer and let the disc do the rest of the work. Jen is a little wide here, but looks like the disc is fighting.
Yeah, great turn. Could have done without that last tree, but does stay
Yeah.
inbounds.
She might be a little pinched for her upshot, but she's up there.
And Jenny needs this one to fade as she's gotten a little bit too far right and just
a bit
misses it.
short.
So now throwing 3. I'd like to get away from that tree. We'll see if she's able to have a stance under that.
And that long grass is in bounds right there, but it's just long, so there's no skip or anything. If you land in there, it just sticks.
And a great shot there from Ellen, out of position, able to get around that tree, also throwing 3 after the OBT shot.
Stephanie going for the hyzer here, but pushes it a little bit long.
And being out in the open after being in those woods the whole time, it can feel a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
You've had visuals for the line you want to hit the entire round so far, and now you're out in the open.
It's a really great spike hyzer there from Jen. She'll have a look for a birdie. And Jenny just putting herself next to the basket.
Oh, what a roll.
Oh, yeah. Up on a step leaning. Wow.
Can't do much better than that. See if Ellen's got one of those little floaties. Maybe trying to give that one a bid. She does come up a bit long. Gonna have a tester comeback putt now.
A bit squirrely, but she's sitting there for her par. And Stephanie just laying up to get her bogey.
Oh.
And Jen not wanting to.
Yeah, she's seen the rest of the card go OB on the hole so far. So feeling good with the par there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the par here.
Oh, and Ellen unable to connect. I believe she's putting for double bogey now. And bit of a rough couple holes for Ellen. Most of the round pretty solid, but a couple holes grabbing her.
And Steph getting her single bogey after throwing OB on her upshot.
Doing a great par for Jennifer Allen there. Gonna maintain the lead on the card.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty. That wasn't like
That moves us into hole 17, 280 feet, par 3 island hole. Just about the size of the circle, maybe a little bit more. But again, once you've been in the woods the whole time, now you're out here in the open, still have to throw a hyzer because of the gap off of the tee.
Looks a little bit left, but if it can, yeah.
Oh,
Whew.
and misses the wall to save her, but does still catch that railroad tie past the wall, able to stay in bounds.
Yeah, there are 2 windows here, but you'll most likely be seeing that right side hyzer. Hopefully that can skip into, and it just catches that wall. Yeah, you really want to keep it very high off the tee so you can let the disc kind of crash down.
Oh, it's almost able to skip up and over that wall. There's a drop zone here. 75 feet or so.
Yeah.
Ellen has that height.
Yeah. It's a great shot. It's a combination of the height and also keeping it right enough, because your brain almost doesn't want you to throw right.
Yeah, especially if you can feel that left to right wind.
Mm-hmm.
As here is that drop zone putt.
Doesn't look too windy out here, but it's a long drop zone putt, and
Yeah.
hard to jump putt when your knee's messed up.
Jennifer Allen looking for one more birdie.
Leaves it a little low. Might have kicked that wall.
Yeah,
in her
you
follow through.
See her laughing at something.
She's always laughing at something.
As Widboom able to bounce back with a nice birdie there.
Yeah.
Just like usual, island holes causing a little bit of carnage here.
Mm-hmm. Here we have the final hole, hole 18, par 5, 780 feet. This is about the landing zone here. This right here is out of bounds, but we're back in bounds here as we fly into the woods, up these stairs, over this hill. I mean, this is a long, treacherous par 5. There's a lot of different things that you're going through, from a wide open shot and then enclosed in those trees. I mean, even this placement shot can be tricky. If you push it a little too far left, your upshot might not be as open. But if you hang it out too far right, then there's a chance you could go OB.
Yeah, you see the walls up there in that OB area really make this tee shot a little more important than it looks like it would be. Because if you're not in the middle of those, that's what makes that second shot a bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm. And easy to just kind of throw a hyzer and land on the left side of that fairway, just trying to stay in bounds. Nothing wrong with it, but it'll just make the upshot a little more difficult. I like this.
Yeah, Jenny trusting it out to the right a little bit more. She'll be in the middle. Once you do carry over this little OB peninsula here, the OB does continue on the left and the right side.
So Stephanie is in bounds there, but she will have a rough lie being in those trees. And Jenny with a pretty simple, easy little hyzer over that OB.
Yeah, difficult to get to a great position to attack for birdie on this one. You see these ladies coming up short of those trees. You really want to push close to the steps to be able to attack this green. And
That's a great shot from Jen.
yeah, should be a good spot where she'll have a hyzer into the green. She's an aggressive player, so I imagine she'll go for it.
Widboom kind of just pitching up to the bottom of those stairs, which is still in bounds right there.
Yeah, it's still in bounds. Being that close to the steps, it seems like it's going to be a funny look at the basket.
Mm-hmm. Steph doing what she does best with her placement shots, just keeping it in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, so you can see the basket up over the steps there. Still OB left and right the whole way.
That's a great shot from Jen.
We're going to have a look at a birdie here
Yeah.
from Jen. That front wall is maybe 15 feet or so.
And Steph looking to push this as much as possible for her par. Leaves it a little high, though, and it drifts to the left but stays in bounds.
Yeah, this is that funny look I was talking about. They're close, but still kind of have to throw it nose up because of the steps there.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks nice from Jenny.
That just sits.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was mean. It looked great out of her hand, but it just hyzered out a little too quickly.
Ellen, we've seen pretty proficient with these little nose-up forehands so far today.
I mean, that's a great shot as well.
Yeah, be 15 feet, right there around where Jennifer Allen's at.
Stephanie with the long par look. Yeah, the basket is a bit elevated as well.
There we go. Beautiful putt.
Good putt from Jenny.
Yeah, able to card the bogey, sneaking out of bounds there on that last shot.
Jen looking to get that final birdie. Oh, sneaks it in there.
Yeah, just able to connect. Gonna finish the round 1 over par. Quite a battle for her. Never was better than that.
Yeah.
Starting from the first hole. So, way to finish strong and keep it together. Ellen Widboom gonna card a par on the last hole. The strong finish, 17-18.
And Stephanie with that bogey. Just 4 strokes behind Jen.
Yeah, fun round here for the FP40 ladies. We've got Jennifer Allen leading the way, Stephanie Vincent and Ellen Widboom 4 strokes off, and Jenny with a bit of a tough round there. Hopefully she's all right with her knee issues.
Here we have the leaderboard. We're going to see the same 3 women here, except Shannon is going to be taking that 4th spot.
Yeah, thanks you guys for joining us today for the FP40 coverage. Look for FP50 tomorrow. We look forward to bringing that to you guys. For Rebecca Cox, I'm Nathan Queen. We'll see you guys out there.